Mr.
I
Freddy.
learned about a lot of fun information about this film.
I've only seen the first one.
We are going to be looking at the details of how this Monster Man was designed. Some fun facts, production details. What? Josh was looking at me like, what are you getting at? But he should know what I'm getting at.
I know exactly where you're getting at.
Where am I getting at?
Just go with it.
So
All right.
I watched the first one.
Mm.
And I like monster movies, and I can't with Freddy Krueger. I can't. He's not a monster.
No.
He's not a real monster.
Well,
No.
he's
He's a ghost.
So this thing. So let me see. I think the director's name is Wes Craven.
Yeah.
So
We got young Johnny.
So yeah, this is Johnny
Depp.
Depp's first film. Yeah, you're right. But with this monster, the problem that Wes was confronting, you had Halloween, Friday the 13th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Both were masked, dangerous, big mystery men
People.
who were just going on psycho rampages. He's like, I need to do a psycho rampage like character, but I need him to be different. I want his face to be exposed. I want him to communicate. I want people to see what he feels, you know? And that's something that it was a new thing. So although you don't care for it, if you filter it through the time of the 80s,
Yeah, it
or
makes
the 70s,
sense.
the 80s, yeah, the 80s, then it would have made more sense as to what they were getting at. And I think it would have been horrifying for them that time, you know?
It was. It was scary, and because you can't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a dream ghost. He's a dream. What would you call him? Poltergeist?
Mm-hmm.
He's a dream poltergeist, essentially.
yeah.
Poltergeist. Say that 5 times fast.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Five times
Poltergeist.
fast.
Poltergeist. 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 Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Poltergeist.
Yeah, and so I because he's incorporeal, I never understood like the reason for his claw hand.
Yeah.
I was like, he kills Johnny Depp. Spoilers.
Yeah.
He kills Johnny Depp by sucking him
Wait,
down.
is that how he becomes Edward Scissorhands? Because the claws.
There's a theory here we can make. He pulls him down into his bed,
Yeah.
and then blenders him.
Yeah, and that was actually an interesting fact I learned. Do you know that scene was filmed upside down?
What do you mean?
The room they had just
Isn't
like
it top down?
no
Upside down.
upside. They built a room that's upside down.
Oh, it's probably so that the blood and
Yeah,
gore.
the blood.
Yeah, because the way
And-
it hits the
and
ceiling.
For the kill before it, where the girl dies being
Hold up.
dragged around the room
Can
and
we-
on the ceiling
can we
and
Google
everything.
this right quick?
It was in the same situation. It was also an upside down room.
Upside down Nightmare on Elm Street. Can we Google that right quick?
Yes.
Upside down room
Let's
in
see.
M.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Upside down room.
Upside down room. Images.
Careful. Y'all gotta be careful present images. All right, so this was filmed. Yeah,
This is filmed upside
down. It makes sense because. Oh,
That was.
You all right?
I'm swallowing air. It makes sense because of how the blood hits
Yeah.
the ceiling.
Yeah, and it pools.
spreads over it and pools.
pools
That's
it around.
cool. That's a cool
Yeah,
detail.
and so it's the same.
Looks
yeah,
like the bed
it's
is vomiting blood.
yeah,
It basically is for a long time.
He gets sucked down into the bed and then blendered up, and it vomits blood. Just
Yeah,
like a
careful,
copious.
Oh,
Careful
like
scrolling down. Go
3
back up to
people's
top.
worth of
Yeah.
blood.
I don't know. There's no.
I think
in
there's-
this movie,
there might be nudity.
Yeah, so
Be
don't scroll
careful.
down.
You got to be
scroll
careful scrolling.
Yeah.
I don't remember any, but I could be
Okay,
wrong.
so it looks like this might have been the production for building the room right here. So this is like them in a warehouse
Cool.
building it and such. And so there's a lot of cool, interesting things about the. Oh, is this a shot? No, it's not. Let me go back to this. So the actor Robert Englund.
England.
He's been in a lot of horror stuff. He's pretty popular. Guess who he most recently played as an old man? Victor Creel in Stranger Things. The man with his eyes chopped through in the prison.
That's cool. That's a cool
him.
detail.
The same actor.
Wait, trying to think of this guy.
The guy who
The guy
shaved
in the
his
prison
eyes.
who cut out his eyes.
Oh,
His family got killed.
Vecna's dad.
ah,
Yeah,
yes,
that's the same actor, Robert Englund.
That's cool.
Yeah, so he's been around,
Yeah.
and he still is around. He's out and about. So if I'm gonna, I want to try to present to you guys the cool facts I learned about this outfit, this look.
Yeah.
Let's start with the skin.
Was
So
it burnt.
yeah, so Wes Craven, he worked with another fellow. I don't think his name was on this article. Basically, the inspiration, so obviously they use like latex or something, but the inspiration was pizza.
you.
They said they were looking at pizza on cheese. They looked at
that
cheese on
so
pizza,
much.
and they were like, "We need to create this character to have the skin texture of cheese pizza."
Why?
That's awful.
Why?
That's horrific.
So now every time you eat a cheese pizza, be like, "Freddy."
Ah. Can't eat a cheese pizza now.
Is this like sloppy joe's, but pizza's now Freddy? No, never mind.
Okay, so
You
and
know
the
what I'm
other
saying?
cool
Yes.
thing, there's other stylistic choices, right? So with the claw hand, the reason they chose that is actually Wes. You know when you get into like evolutionary theory and you think about like the old mind of humans, like ancient minds that get passed down through years.
You said Mayans or
Mines.
mines?
Maya is the Mayans.
The Mayans
Is that
went out in 2012. No,
mines?
I'm talking about
Like-
the brain. The like you know how predators or prey are like
I know
they
about
seek,
both of those.
they seek for like eyes. That's why
Yeah.
like certain
Yeah.
eyes it can be unnerving.
Mm-hmm.
He chose a glove like a weapon to be reminiscent of like a giant bear. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why he wanted, because he was like,
Okay,
I think
it's a bear.
people would be more terrified if when like they see his silhouette or they see his hands,
He's
and
got
they
a
see
massive claw.
like 4 big talons.
yeah.
And they actually built this thing. They had one that was actually really sharp that they would use for scenes where he had to cut something. And every other time he wasn't cutting, it had to be dull, because every time they put it on, he would cut himself.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Because if he
yeah.
closed his hands, it was so sharp, it would hit him right here,
Oof.
and it would cut him
That
every
seems
time.
like just don't close your hand.
That's what I mean. But they said every time you put the glove on with the actual sharp one, he
It's
always cut
interesting
himself.
though the psychology of, I guess, hands and
Mm-hmm.
fingers, because you notice in every vampires have claws and werewolves have claws and the predator has claws
Mm-hmm.
and the alien has his fingers are like fused together with claws.
Mhm.
You know,
It's
Star
because
Trek game.
it's the same concept.
Yeah.
It's claws, long, like sharp things, like
Mhm.
weapons on the end of your hands. It's kind of
Yeah.
like these directors and creators are tapping into human fear psychology.
What year
Right.
did this come out?
84,
84.
I
Okay.
think.
What?
Hold on. Does it say in the article? The 80s.
In the early 80s.
I think it's 84, 83, 82. I
It
don't know.
should say right here on the poster.
Does it?
get your eyes down in there,
I
Grandpa
can't.
Joe.
I can't read that. It's too pixelated.
Yeah, I can't read it either.
No, I can't.
I was totally expecting
I can
Johnny,
see Johnny
Depp.
Depp's name.
I was totally expecting Johnny Depp to have a bigger role in this.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh no, he just gets blendered.
And he's
Yeah.
the kid who keeps falling asleep and letting other people fall asleep.
Right.
That's
yeah.
what he does.
He gets blendered in his own bed.
Think about where Johnny Depp was at this time, though. He came to L.A. to be a musician, and his good friend Nick Cage is like, Johnny, you should try acting. And he's like, you're not making any money doing music right now, so try acting. So he did, and he got this role. Imagine where his brain is at. He's like, I'm just here for the money. I'm just
Right.
here for the money. I'm just on screen for the money. That's
Yeah.
what he's thinking.
They're
You know
like,
what
all
I mean?
right, we're going to suck you down into this mattress, Johnny. And he's like, all right.
Probably writing a song
He's
in
like,
his head.
he's like, okay. I mean, this is my first and only movie potentially. So yeah, sure. Kill me.
I don't care. So the other interesting choice was the hat.
Mhm.
Why the hat?
Yeah, why the hat? I guess it gives old man vibes.
Yep.
This is a shout out to the director Wes.
Oh, is this his hat?
This is not his hat. So when Wes was a kid, this was a popular hat for a lot of adult men at the time.
Yeah.
All right. There was one night that Wes, I think I got the story correct. Wes, as a boy, young boy, woke up and he looked out the window and there was a man with the same hat just looking at him through the window into his house.
Oof.
And he got really scared. Like, this got stuck in his psychology because he was so young. And he went and got his brother, and his brother got a baseball bat, and they went outside to look because he thought the guy was like trying to break in and gonna harm him or something, and the guy was gone. And that little terrifying
scary.
moment for young director Wes, Mr. Craven, it stuck in his mind. So he's like, I'm gonna do something terrifying for me personally.
That makes a ton of sense.
You know, so he gave him that hat.
Yeah.
And that's also the
And
hat
honestly,
there.
The what?
That's also how he got the name Freddy Krueger, how they found out, because he put his name in his hat.
So, I mean, that, I don't know where I was going with that line of thinking.
Young trauma.
So cheese, huh?
Cheese. Yeah, no, it makes sense. And it stands the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody you could recognize Freddy Krueger's silhouette.
Yeah, that's gross.
Anywhere.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's gross.
Okay. The last thing is the sweater. Okay. You
Yeah.
may not think of this much. I got 2 fun facts. The first one is design-wise. Something I learned, apparently, like certain shades of red and green together do like make people feel uneasy.
Is it red or green?
It's green. Yeah, it's just unsaturated. It's red and green.
Oh, I would have said that was black.
But it's actually green.
Oh. Okay.
So certain shades of red and green, they chose that because it's uneasy. It's not a complementing color. So it creates unease when you see it.
Yeah.
So it's naturally not fun to look at. The other cool thing is about the person who knitted this sweater.
Somebody knitted it?
Yes.
Hmm.
Let me find, her name's Judy. That's about the pizza. This is some plans for when they were designing the claws.
Yeah.
Ooh, to get through that one. These are just extra production shots. Where's the sweater bit? Oh, here it is.
Goody.
Okay, so where the crap is it? I don't know. Basically, what I'm saying
Her
is
name's Judy something.
She designed scarves and she designed and knitted this sweater.
Yeah.
Found out Judy has a YouTube channel.
Oh, really?
She
Right
does.
Now?
Right now, she still uploads.
She's still knitting?
Yeah.
Awesome.
She's got 57,000 subscribers.
10 years
This is
ago,
Judy.
though. Yeah, but 10 years ago. What was the last video she uploaded?
3 days ago.
Wow.
So let's play a minute of her video. Oh,
Walgreens.
I can't freaking. Oh gosh.
Walgreens.
Why did she hashtag Tom Hanks?
Diane Keaton, Tom Hanks.
Because look at the description. I guess she probably puts this in all of her descriptions.
This really cute scarf she made. I said, "What is it?" She said, "Oh, it's the best."
So she talked about herself and then description, and she says she's knitted stuff worn by countless stars such as Barbara Streisand, Diane Keaton, Tom Hanks, and Freddy Krueger from Nightmare on Elm Street.
All right, so she got her claim to fame. That's
She
cool.
did.
I mean,
She just
50K.
teaches. She's just
We got to get her on this
an elderly
podcast.
woman with
No, we don't
50K, and she just does like 2-3 minute videos of teaching little knitting things.
Yeah.
So that's
Still doing it. She's still out here.
She's still out
here.
It's kind of scary.
Why?
Uh,
That's it was a fun find.
I think it's cool. I always,
Well, what is her full name?
we were just talking about this recently.
Go to her YouTube
her
channel.
YouTube channel is Knitting Tips by Judy, all one word.
We were talking recently about the stepfather, and he wears a red and black striped sweater.
Why do you
A
think I
lot.
wear sweaters?
Quite a bit. Oh yeah, Josh wears sweaters.
Trying to make people
Josh
uneasy.
wears creepy sweaters, but it seems like they were going for the same psychology because he wears a lot of red shirts, red, and it's always like a blood red.
Yeah.
And that red and black striped sweater is uncomfortable to look at.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Not a fan of it.
So I've talked a good bit. If you guys were to look at this monster fella and say, what would you have done differently? What would it be?
Freddy Krueger? Whew.
I don't know. I mean,
Now that you know the reason behind his look.
2 gloved hands?
yeah.
I don't know. He like I said, he always confused me because I was like, he's a dream monster with the gloved hands with the spikes on them.
It was
Michael Jackson style.
It was the creators and director Craven just trying something new that wasn't already popular for the time.
Fun. I mean, everybody knows who he is, so it worked, obviously. But, you know.
And he has like 9 films.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, in fact,
Who has more films?
I think
Or
Halloween.
probably
Michael Myers
probably
has-
he does. It was the Jason versus Freddy Krueger movie. It was the Jason versus Freddy movie that destroyed Aliens versus Predators.
Destroyed it?
Destroyed it. So originally, Ridley Scott and James Cameron were going to do Aliens versus Predators. And then once Freddy versus Jason came out, the studio scrapped whatever that was to do we got to get this movie done as quick as possible to compete with the Versus movies. And so we got a crappy Alien versus Predator.
You know what we need? What's next? Jaws versus
No more Versus.
versus the Meg.
The Meg wins. Jaws is a regular shark.
Not like Jaws' baby, great shark baby.
Maybe that one's bigger.
Yeah.